Now, when it comes to supercar ownership, I live in the margin between absolutely unacceptable and okay. I'm not chasing good, great, or perfect, or going to Concours. I just want a car that's good enough that I can use it and take it somewhere. Now, in my experience, that tends to be a rather profitable margin of car ownership, but in reality, it's the only way that I can personally afford to own, use, and enjoy the cars that I grew up dreaming about on posters and Top Gear and everything else that we came to love. But that requires a degree of mechanical sympathy, meaning that I can't just toss somebody the keys to one of my cars without explaining to them all of the extra things that you have to worry about and the things that you shouldn't worry about that most logical car owners and drivers would. And so they've got error lights on, they've got needs, and there's been a lot of things on kind of the mechanical punch list that I've been kicking down the road. They misfire, they stall, they don't start sometimes, they have problems, lights, all the things, but it's now catching up with me, let's say. The clutch on the green car has been slipping for years. It's been misfiring since I drove it home from Scottsdale 5 years ago. I've had this now for 3 years and the Diablo for a year, and both of them have a lot of needs. They put a lot of fluids on the floor, and sometimes they do misbehave. And so I'm here at DC Motor Works in Alpharetta, Georgia, and Cameron and his team have been taking care of a lot of my cars, from the craziness of the TVR to some Lambo work, because the expertise on aging V12 Lamborghinis is dwindling around the country. And so I've been trying to graduate him up from his white belt to his blue belt to his green belt. I don't know how belts work, but I'm here to give him the test for his black belt. The goal is to bring all of these cars up to no more mechanical excuses, a status that never really made sense until they went up in value and until I kind of got in a position where, hopefully, depending on how much he wants to gouge me out of these new Lambo parts, I'll be able to afford it. And so, yeah, I think the team is up for the job. Over the last year, I think he's had a dozen or so V12 Lambos through, and these three are now going to go up on the lifts, and we're going to figure out how bad they are. Very dramatic opening.
It is.
It's not going to scare anybody, this door.
It could be in a horror film.
That's right. What's up?
Mr. Bolian, how are you?
Good to be back.
Yes, as always.
Man. The much cleaner Ford GT, always a lot of fun things around, and more Lambos of late, which makes me very happy. And I've got 3 of them here for you.
Yes, we're super excited. We always have a couple floating around, but we always enjoy the ones from Mr. Bolian.
Well, let's pull this one in and see how much we're going to need to do.
Sounds great. You want to do the honors?
I shall. The last drive of this one in a while, although you said it's going to be fast.
Yeah, we'll get them in and out.
In and out. All 3 of them in here.
Yes, very exciting to me to see all the Lambos.
What have you gotten us into this time?
Oh, well, I decided we do a lot of Mercedes around here, and wanted to brighten up the shop a little bit with some bright Lambos.
He says it's going to be a quick in and out. I mean, I'll probably back in a few days to pick them up.
That sounds reasonable with Lamborghini.
A couple days, we'll do our normal Mercedes work, all the fun stuff. We'll get it done.
But you know, I know Andy's the real business partner, but I feel like we could use another partner in this evaluation.
That sounds great. What'd you have in mind?
My ears are burning, and that usually only happens under one condition, is when you're about to reveal some very depressing news to a prominent YouTuber.
Yes, I feel like I need the beard of knowledge to help me through this.
I can definitely help you. I've been through this a few times myself.
Once or twice.
Yeah, but you'll learn to love it, because dollar signs. This is what I see, dollar signs here.
Yeah, I think that's what my business partner Andy sees. He likes those.
Steep discounts, workarounds, substitutes, all these things. That's what we're here. David, good to see you, sir.
Good to see you.
Welcome. So we're going to walk through what I know is wrong with all these cars, and then what that probably means else is wrong.
Right.
Now, the Diablo has been here most recently, and generally, you went through that car, did a lot to it. But let me show you a couple things. The most inconvenient thing at the moment is that both of the interior door latches have broken. So you have to leave the windows down so that you can reach out to press this to exit the vehicle. That's a thing. Also, we've had some issues with the lighting in the rear because all of the wires were crossed.
Yes.
So these are technically in the wrong spots, not a hugely challenging thing, but the reversing lights make the brake lights come on. Right. And so I think we still have a few little operation things to do there.
That's because in Lambos, we only go forward.
Well, that's important. And they're not going to miss me. Now, when it left here, it was green. thanks to Rob Pitts and the guys at Netflix, it is now sort of painted orange. It does leak a meaningful amount of oil, like a whole lot of oil. And
Wow.
so I've been topping it off, but if we could do anything to remedy that, I know my garage floor would appreciate it and probably the environment. So let's maybe look into that. Apart from that, I don't care about making it cosmetically nice. I love driving the car. It has behaved itself apart from smelling oily. So I think this is going to be as easy as these two.
Andy will keep the Zamboni charged up for the garage floor. We'll make sure of that.
Excellent.
We'll send it home with you. How about that?
Now, you did a ton of work to Tyler's car.
Yes.
Did you ever get the transmission whine to go away?
No, we did change. You can change the fluid to red line is what I use. It's
Okay.
actually an NS at the end. It does help a lot, but
But overall, I mean, the car shifts great, the clutch is great, it's not good. Now, that can't be said for the Mercies. So the clutch has been slipping on the Verde Draco 07 Coupe since we shot Car Trek almost 3 years ago.
yeah.
You can get it places, but you know, if you're gonna really, really push it, that's not necessarily the thing. Now, sometimes you think you have these supercars and you can drive like your hair's on fire all the time. When you buy them in the state that I do, that's not realistic. You know, you can choose your moments, get them warm, make sure everything's as okay as it is ever gonna be, and then have a lot of fun, but you kind of have to drive around some things. And so the Draco car definitely needs a clutch, which probably means it needs a throwout bearing.
Yes.
And if we're gonna pull the motor, based on the age, it probably needs a valve adjustment. So you gotta shim them up, I guess. You've learned about this. But at the same time, I know that's quite expensive and quite invasive. So obviously that means cheap, and that's what I'm looking for. It also makes a really strange whine in gear at speed that is somewhat rotational that I assume has to do with the torque tube drive shaft setup.
It doesn't come from behind the steering wheel?
No. I do whine about a lot of things, but I accept my fate.
You ain't got the bill yet.
You know, it's probably time to replace some of the missing interior panels. We should put a radio in the car. The steering wheel is matted beyond what I've been able to recover with my brushes and things of that nature. It also smells quite oily, so we're probably leaking oil from various places.
At least you know there's oil in it.
That one starts all the time. Now, I know when you have the engine out of a V12 Lambo, you're supposed to do a starter because it's like, you know, easier.
Yes.
But this one, lately, about half the time, doesn't start on the first try. Both of the locks don't work. We don't worry about the locks
we don't worry about
on Lambos. I wouldn't suggest that we address that. This one's got some body fitment issues that we're not really going to address. It's lived a very hard life through its 3 accidents and has given me, you know, plenty of problems. There's also random wires everywhere. So as you go through it and as you take it apart, the more wires that don't go places we know that could not be in there at the end, I think it'd be better. I don't know what that green light is still.
Sounds
We
like the
took out
Diablo.
the thumbprint start thing that they had. We took out the safe for pew-pew things that you'd not talk about on YouTube. But the radio doesn't work. The door doesn't recognize that it's latched. The speaker rattles really badly.
This list is getting longer than I remembered.
but the price is going up.
Yes, yeah.
It's all, you know, shot fixed rate. Fixed rate.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it needs to be.
No book time?
No book time. No book time. Now, when I worked at Lamborghini Atlanta, the book time was like 40 to 45 hours to remove and reinstall an engine.
Roadsters are extra.
Oh, how much more time does it take on a Roadster?
About an extra 5 hours.
Oh, does it? Well,
Yes.
you know, so back then we were charging about 150 bucks an hour in the shop. Usually on a bigger job, we discount it to 100. But the quotes that I've gotten from authorized dealers of late have been $300 to $400 an hour. I hope that as you've graduated up in the ranks of Lambo service, your aspirations haven't gotten so high.
Well, I have to buy one day, and you keep making the values go up, so I got to make up for it somewhere.
Well, and that's one of the reasons why, in addition to the fact that the parts continue to go up in value, the cars, fortunately, have moved in the right direction value-wise, and it does start to make sense. I mean, the last really nice Diablo SV that Curated sold was $1 million even. The last LP640 manual coupe that sold of the 23 U.S. cars was 1.25, and there's one of these running in Monterey. If somebody wants to join the 1 in 10 U.S. manual LP640 club, that it sounds like it's going to do about 175. So back of the napkin math, if these things were perfect, which they very much are not, it's almost $4 million in Lamborghinis. Now, they're the worst of everything that exists, and I have delayed this stuff long enough that I think it does finally make sense to bite whatever the bullet is. And
Open checkbook?
no, that is absolutely not the case. They do deserve an open checkbook service, but that shan't be what we experience here, despite your best goals, dreams, and shopping for yachts or new Lambos or whatever
Right.
it is that
I told
might
Andy we were
motivate
getting a bigger boat.
Does this mean we're not getting a bigger boat?
It's not, we're not getting a bigger boat. But look at all this exposure that you're getting. The whole internet's out there.
The
Gonna
whole
be,
internet.
I mean, there's gonna be a line around the block bringing Lambos in here to get serviced at DC Motor Works.
We like Lambos.
The thing that's always notorious about V12 Lamborghinis is that anything big requires the engine to come out.
Yes.
And unlike some of the Ferraris that have engine out services, it's not, I've heard, super easy.
They're very long.
yes. There's a.
With long shafts,
The transmission, everything comes out,
okay.
and it's big.
Okay, so you have to take the bumper off, the rear, everything
Yes,
out.
exhaust.
Everything you see here.
Yep.
Has to come off.
Yep.
Does that mean it'll fit better when it goes back on? So my fancy carbon engine bracing will come off. So the three main things on both cars are clutch, throwout bearing, and valve adjustment.
Yes.
Right? Which is really what you're supposed to do. The valve adjustment, they say every 5 years,
15,000,
15,000 miles. This one's got 25,000, that's got 55,000. So it's overdue.
Never
and
been done.
you know, some people say that that's not as critical, but both of the cars do routinely misfire. Oh, I'm reminded, since these didn't work well, we moved the rams here to be nice and hot, so the wings don't work. So while you're putting them back on, you can make my wings work, and that one doesn't work either.
How'd you put them there?
You know, we've been searching for expertise.
Just don't whine, just do it and slip it in the bill somewhere.
Ah, yes. Pad the bill. Pad
Yes.
the bill. Yep.
Miscellaneous shop supplies.
Yeah.
This is what costs you extra, all this sweet carbon fiber.
Well, it cost Ralph Lauren and the guy who bought it instead of Ralph Lauren extra because of that. But this one doesn't leak a lot of oil, at least none that winds up on the floor. It's probably due for a battery, but generally with a turbocharger, it'll start once the starter is overcome. So we do starters. This one, the air conditioning doesn't work, so you can work on that.
You have air conditioning.
Yeah, exactly, but it gives you a constant error. Airbag light error, usually a passenger occupancy sensor, super common on Mercies. But what else would you expect to do as you get in there?
Well, definitely the serpentine belt, because those are a pain.
Yes, in the car they are a definite pain.
It's not expensive, it's not a big item, but trying to do it in the car, it brings people who don't curse will start cursing.
Wow. Well,
There's the explosion coolant hose up against the firewall.
Yeah,
That's
over
very
there.
important.
Yep, it gets hot and brittle, and
we get them hot.
yeah.
Pretty much anything you have access to while it's on the floor, you want to do it. Because when you put it back in and something goes wrong, you don't want to pull it back out again.
Right.
Well, that's fair. So, but you have access to everything. So does that mean you're going to replace everything?
With enough zeros.
With enough zeros, yes.
So if there was an open checkbook service, I want to understand what that would be so that when I understand the value you're going to get for this promotion, we can really know what kind of savings we're representing.
I'll take a gated Gallardo and trade.
I got a good deal on one, and you've learned how bad it is, but it is functional.
One thing I foresee, you mentioned a lot of things not working up here, and you mentioned a lot of wires being in places they shouldn't be. There may be things not even really entailed with the engine that are part of the engine, like your AC, that aren't working, that could add to the bill that has nothing to do with the engine coming in and out. So,
I like how he talks about the bill.
He likes bills.
Yeah.
So what would Tyler do?
what would Tyler do? He would probably say, go ahead and do everything and just kind of cover his eyes and say, just don't tell me what the bill is. I'll come and pay it, and then he'll collapse on the floor when he pays it.
Hasn't he surrendered cars to you before too?
He has. Actually, he just surrendered a Fiat to me.
Well,
It's Italian. It's the
that
same
won't
thing,
happen
right?
here. I intend to take them all home fairly soon, and I'll be very excited to do so. Well, I know you love a big bill, but we got to get this something reasonable because I've got 3 of these things to recondition. So why don't you guys go inside, scheme amongst yourselves, and you can let me know what a full-blown blank check service would look like, and then we can sort of strategize from there to make it a little more palatable.
Sounds good to me.
Good deal.
You can help me find a boat, right?
Yeah.
We need to search anywhere, right? Sort by highest price. 1,280 miles.
Wow.
Now, I feel like I need one that's been driven a little, right? Or do I buy the nicest one I can find?
I wouldn't get one with too low of miles because as soon as you do put some miles on it, everything's going to start leaking.
I think I should really get an orange one to match the beard of knowledge on how I'm going to break this to Ed.
I would. They look good on Halloween too, since they're orange and black. They look like a jack-o'-lantern, actually.
Maybe I'll get a black one to go with it.
You could.
I think we're getting there. I'm at one car. We're starting at $42,000.
You know, what he paid for the cars, we could be approaching what he actually paid for them. But there's a way to counter that. Just to show him this list here that they're worth so much more now, therefore it's worth putting much more into them.
Yeah, show him the value. Let's do it. You want
Let's
to grab
do it.
him?
I'll go grab him.
Well, I found some interesting things that have kind of caught my eye.
Wait, no, we're
You
looking
wanna
at
help me pick a
fixing
color?
mine, not buying yours.
But I'll make enough money to buy one.
One
when
results
I'm
in
done.
the
No,
other.
look, I see this. That number, $41,000. That's not enough to buy a Lambo.
I just got started.
What?
This
Well-
is only one car.
That's not for all three.
No.
And this is just pulling the motor.
That's it. So you're telling me that if I just dropped these cars off at a Lamborghini dealership and said fix them whatever they need mechanically, it would be $120,000?
No, it would be more. This is the independent rate.
Wait, so if you were paying $350, $400 an hour, how much does that go up?
Almost double.
Very likely.
Yeah. Plus
And-
the parts markup.
Wait, but there's list price for the parts.
Dealers don't abide by that. Dealers will mark up above list.
But there's 40% margin in most car parts. They add more?
Yeah,
Yeah.
How much is the markup?
we don't know.
We don't know what their secrets are.
Okay, so if the independent rate for this times 3 is 120, 125 grand, how much would it cost to get these things fixed at a dealership?
All three?
Yeah.
200,000 to 300,000 or more.
What?
Yeah.
See, it fits in right with. I might have to go for a different one. I'm sorry, but
Oh, I hate to impose. Yeah. I have a worse Lambo. Well,
I
all right.
want a bright one.
Well, I mean, obviously, I want these cars to work better. I want to believe they're going to get there. I can rev a little higher and not worry so much. So, I mean, I'm going to say, yes, let's do it. But it can't be that much for all of them.
It
Well-
most certainly can.
That's
I like
not
how
what
he thinks.
can means.
Yeah.
So, how do you make that less?
Well, we've got some options. You know, Lamborghini couldn't exactly afford to buy or make all their own parts, so they borrowed some from other places, and we can usually decipher that and see to find those, and maybe get stuff direct from who built it for them, and you know, we might be able to help you out a little bit.
Okay, so you guys scheme and get that number way, way down. And it sounds like I'll be ready to pick them up running great next week, right?
Sounds like a plan.
All right, teach them well.
Challenge on.
Now, even though this is certainly an estimate worth crying into, the whole point of using a qualified independent shop is that we're going to find some used parts, we're going to find some cross-reference parts, we're going to find some old stock inventory at dealers around the country and get that number down to something that I can actually afford. And I've known it was coming, right? For years, I've been kicking different issues down the road and knowing that one day this would come and it was going to be time to make these cars not as nice as they deserve to be, but nicer than I've lived with them for some time. And so I'm excited to see what they can do, especially after the wizard tax is eliminated from the equation. But be sure to stay tuned here and on the DC Motorworks YouTube channel to see what they're able to do to the cars, how they find the parts, and what actually ends up happening. We are going to end up with 3 Lamborghinis that are much more reliable, in a much better state, and I'll be very happy because I think I'm going to keep these things forever. I love them all dearly. They are my favorite cars, manual transmission, V12 Lamborghinis, as good as it possibly gets. And so I hope it's not all this much, and if it is, then I'll have to call Premier Financial Services and do some refi. But at the end of the day, I think we're going to be okay, and he's not going to be on auto tempest rousing for his Lamborghini just yet. But if you are looking for some work on a Mercedes, a Lamborghini, or anything in between, be sure to check out the guys at DC Motorworks. They do take great care of me over and over again, and that's why I'm back here with all the cars at once.